Eric Kufmem Aleph 141st chapter of the book of Tehillim, Mizmor LeDavid, Adonai kiraticha hushali, ha'azina koli b'ker'i lach. So a psalm of David, Lord, I've called you. Listen quickly, listen to me. Give ear to my voice when I call you. Tikon tefilati ketoret lefanecha. Masat kapai minchat arev. Let my prayer be like incense before you. Let my hands being lifted up in prayer be like the evening sacrifice. So we don't have so many sacrifices. Here evening, we could say maybe it's more of like afternoon, the Karban Mincha, right? The Karban Mincha is put to Minchat Arev, but it's the time of night. It's a difficult time, or perhaps others say that this was a prayer that was recited for somebody to say in the evening. Shita Adonai Shamra Lefi Nitzra Al Dal Sifatai. So God, guard my mouth, keep watch over my lips. Right? Maybe others have said bad things, as David has said so many times in the book of Tehillim, and maybe he doesn't want to say bad things back to them. Al tat libi lidavara litolel alalot beresha et ishim pale aden zval el chom b'mana mehem. So what he says, don't let my heart do anything evil. Don't let me go down the ways of wickedness with the people who sort of their jobs are almost being wicked and evil. I don't let them be with them in what they delight in, what they see as noam, as what they see as beautiful and delightful. Their wickedness, their bad plans, their attempts at fraud. And this is one of these chapters where David is concerned. The psalmist is concerned of becoming a bad person, surrounded by bad people, or striking back when he was struck first. That could be literal or through the way that somebody speaks about him. And he's asking God. He doesn't have the full confidence in his ability to withstand those sort of pressures, and so he's asking God to help him in that way. Yel meni Sadiq Chesed V'yo chicheni shemen rosh al yani roshi ki od utfilati biraotehem. He says, don't let the righteous hit me with their kindness and correct me, right? That I'm going to be doing something wrong, that the righteous are going to have to come in and kindly excoriate me and chide me and tell me what I'm doing wrong, right? My head should not refuse oil, because my prayer is because of their wickedness, right? This is why this is what is happening to me, and this is what they're doing to me. It's kind of a very difficult sort of, what does this mean? Shemen Rosh Al Yani Roshi. It's a difficult thing to I imagine others don't really understand it. Continue verse 6. Nishmetu vide sela shoftehem v'shamu amarai ki na'emu. Their judges are thrown down by the sides of the rock, and they will hear my words that they are sweet. Right? So maybe they destroy justice like it's thrown down on the rock. It's not being done properly, but they're going to hear, I'm not going to be doing what they're doing. I'm going to remain with my kindness. Where we had this word, a couple of the dear things of the wicked. David said in verse 4, I don't want to be doing the dear things of the wicked. What's dear, what is na'im, what is noah, what is pleasant for him are kind words, good words. Kamo foleach uvokea ba'aretz nivzeru atzmenu lefi sha'ol. Just as one comes close and then breaks up, is like digging in the earth. Our bones are scattered at the mouth of a grave, right? It's we're working, we're trying to plant and seed, but at the end we're all scattered into the grave. So they can throw justice down, but in the end, that's just where they end up, just like the rest of us. We're in verse 8. Again, those verses, difficult to sort of understand fully what they're saying. Ki elecha Adonai Elohim einai b'cha chisiti al ta'ar nafshi. My eyes turn to you, God. I have taken refuge in you. I've right? I put my soul to you. That's who I'm turning to. I want to stay away from those who are wicked, for those who are, causing trouble and fraud and perhaps murder. I'm turning to you, God, not to them. Shamreini midei pach yakshuli umok shot poale oven. Keep me from their trap which they have laid for me, and from the traps of the workers of sin. Yiplu b'machmorav rishaim yachad anochi ad evor. Let not their wickedness fall into their own nets, where I will not be able to escape. I will be stuck with them. And so this is a lot of chapters, David has a sense of confidence. He believes in God, even in difficult places. But this is a chapter where he's sort of saying that he's surrounded, or there are people around him who are pulling him down, and they're pulling him down, but he's asking God to help him to remain the person who he is. I think of sort of mitzvot in the Torah, like the mitzvah of the Eshet Yafat Toar, a very difficult mitzvah in the beginning of Parsha Ki Teitze, which says that a person on the battlefield can go if he sees some woman who he lusts after and can sleep with her. And there are different debates as exactly how it's done, but basically you're not asking consent in that situation. And the rabbis quickly say that this is not right. A mitzvah is not a good deed; it's a command. And the rabbis say that this is dibra Torah kuneged yetzer hara. This is the Torah is speaking to the base side of humanity. This is, there are many half American Vietnamese babies who are, I don't know, about 55 years old or something of that sort. What men sometimes do in the battlefield, and there are things in the Torah where we understand that when you're surrounded by wicked people, when you're in a difficult situation, you may not act properly. And that's what David is concerned with here. I don't know that I have the confidence to remain above my station, to remain above all of the things that are being done to me. But it's easy to judge the soldiers who do things wrong, the Abu Ghraib and the different things. I've never been in the battlefield. I've never had to deal with things like that. But it's very difficult when you're in a situation that's a complex situation to remain with that moral code. And that's David here in this chapter is asking God to help him and to assist him to not fall into the ways and the nets of the wicked and not become like them. In the next chapter, we'll see go a little further and perhaps explaining a different way of understanding this chapter based on some of the things in the next one.